Hello good people, today I'm making a video about forging legendary items. You can forge them here at Temporal Sanctum. It's a dungeon, it has tiers and stuff. I'm gonna explain how, where and tips to forge legendary items. So if you're watching this video, help me out. Subscribe to my channel, like this video and comment in the end. If you have any doubts or suggestion, please tell me. Let's go. So, first of all, what's a legendary item? This is a legendary item. It's pink. To forge a legendary item, you gotta have a unique item, any unique item. They can all be forged into legendaries. And it's gotta have legendary potential. So this one got 1 legendary potential, and that potential goes through 1 to 4. You can't forge them on normal forging, because you'll see that they have 0 potential and I can't forge uniques. I'll use a potion. So you have to forge them here at the Temporal Sanctum, and you need a key for that. You can find these keys everywhere, literally. Chests, bosses, echoes, everywhere. It's really easy to find. If you right click the key, it'll take you automatically to the map so you can travel. You just have to visit by foot first so you can have the waypoints, but it's not that hard. You get that. Just follow the campaign, you get that. So right now I'm going in the dungeon. You can see that I click the door, then you put a key here and you go in the dungeon. Each attempt takes a key, and if I die or leave, I lose the key. There are no refunds. When I get in, you see that exists 4 tiers here of dungeon through 1 to 4. In each tier, the dungeon gets harder and harder and harder until enemies have 100% increased damage and 90% increased health. You can see that the tier have levels through 55, 80, 95 and 100. Each tier you start to get more items like exalted amulets, exalted jewelry, and in here, more exalted amulets. But that's not what you want to focus here. What you want to focus is each tier forges higher level unique items, okay? So, you can see on the staff down below, it requires level 70 to use. So if I want to forge this staff into a legendary, I gotta go into the dungeon that allows me to forge in the end items that have a requirement level of 70 or below. In this case, tier 3 dungeon allows me to forge a level 75 items and below. So on tier 3 here, I can forge this staff. This armor, for example, it requires level 77, so I can't forge it on tier 3. To turn it into a legendary and put my legendary affixes on it, I have to clear the tier 4 dungeon. That's how the requirement level works. You can forge a lot of items through tier 3, and if you want to forge them, I think there's no really need to risk tier 4. And that's it for the tiers. So the tiers here, on 1 you can forge level 50 items and below. On tier 2, items of level 65 and below, tier 3, 75 and below, and tier 4, all items, okay? So that's how you choose the dungeon tier. It depends on the item you want to forge. So right now, as I showed you, I want to forge this item. It's level 63. I can do the tier 2 dungeon. No need to risk more than that, so I'm just gonna go in. On this dungeon, we get the Temporal Shift ability, which can travel us through time, through the Divine Era and the Ruin Era. Julra is the boss, is a Chronomancer. She's in both areas. So, easy dungeon on tier 2 basically is even easier. We just gotta go through the dungeon. Usually, the doors, you can see that it's closed. This part is closed on both eras. So we gotta keep traveling through areas to get where we want. Usually the door to this first part is in the southern part of the map, I don't know. But it's usually going down through the way I'm going. But I think there's are at least 2 versions of the map. I don't know if the doors are random. I don't think so. I usually find them when I go through here. There it is. It's here. I just gotta find a way to get there. So when I go to the next level, there will be a random power to the extra power to the enemy. The difficulty will go up. This one gives increased damage and slightly more glyphs. Of course, on higher tiers, difficulty goes higher also. Another room, gotta go in this area and go in. The door to this one is usually here to the left. Usually it can change. So I won't say for sure. Or you guys would tell me I'm wrong. Very wrong. Or just a little bit wrong, I don't know. Let's go there. Can go here. The boss to this dungeon is not exactly easy. It will be pretty much easy, but only because this is tier 2. But if you go on tier 3 and 4, it's not that easy. People even use julra as an example for strong build. Like, I've done julra in 10 seconds. That's really an achievement. Because it's a cool boss and it's a strong boss. I think it won't be here, the entrance. I think it'll be south. So we go back. Closed both times, so I gotta take a detour. I'm coming this way, but I'm not. Oh, it's here. As I said, not 100% sure. Never. But I think there are not. I don't know. I'll research this. If it's all random or not. Anyways, this is the door to the boss. If you're in a group, you gotta vote. She has quite a few strong attacks. And you gotta change eras between her strike. That one, for example, kills us instantly. This becomes a void area that deals some decent damage. And this skill spinning around also this decent damage. Not here, as I said, low tier julra. But I don't want to risk taking damage and losing. High damage this one, just change eras. Do not want to stand that close to her, because I can see the skills and I do not feel safe with that. He's dead. Done. I think that's an exclusive, unique, the rest just trash. Then we get here. This, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Eternity Cache. And now I'm gonna take some time to explain to you properly. So, when we're here, what do we need to do? we gotta have a unique item with legendary potential. We're gonna put them here. And we gotta put an exalted item with 4 affixes. So if an item has 3 affixes, it's not gonna go in here. This one can go because it has 4. I'm gonna give you an example. This one has 3. You can see that it does not go there. Look what it says. This slot required the exalted to have 4 unsealed affixes. So it can't be a sealed affix also. What's a sealed affix? It's when you come here and you use the glyph of despair, or you can have a rune of research that seals experimental items. So this is not the case. And also, I'm putting a dagger. It's gotta be a ring. If it's an unique ring, it's gotta be an exalted ring with 4 affixes. If it's an unique dagger, it's gotta be an exalted dagger with 4 affixes. Then we're gonna seal the cache, and we're gonna travel to the divine era. Sorry, to the ruined era. These affixes are random. I cannot choose what goes to my item. It's random. So if I do this and I want to get the fire damage or the mana penetration, regeneration, sorry, and I get something else, the void resistance or the health, bad luck for me. And that's it. I gotta get another legendary item and another exalted item and go again. So here we go. I'm gonna seal the cache and I'm gonna travel to the ruined era, and then the results here. Oh my god! I really wanted the fire damage, but the mana regen is okay. Shit. Okay, so that's how it works. It's all random. We can choose. And that's it. I came back to the divine era just to show you guys that I can't click here anymore. On the ruined era I can't, but I can choose anything, so it's over for me. I did not get what I want, but I got something. It's also not trash, kinda, but I got something. So if I want to try again, another item, another 2 items, and go again. For low tier it's okay, but for high tier items and dungeons, it's just a nightmare. That's the advantage of having a LP3 and LP4. Yeah, and that's it. So, here comes my tip. So, if you want to forge a legendary item and you got like a LP2, LP3, or 4, choose the best exalted that you can. Like for this one, I could go for mana regen, intelligence is good on my build. I have lightning and elemental resist, so these ones are not that interesting. If I go to another ring, elemental damage is good and lightning damage are good for my build. Again, lightning is not, and poison it is. I need poison resistance. Here, the ring that I had, the fire damage is what I wanted. The mana regen also, but it was not exalted. It was normal. You can see the tier here. This is a tier 4 or 5 mana regen. So we always go for items with all the affixes that we want. And if you get an exalted with 2 exalted affixes, even better. That's the item that we want to use to forge, because it's higher chances to get what we want. I know it's expensive and it's rare to get, and farm, guys, just farm. There's no other choice. You can also buy them on the bazaar or aim on them to farm prophecies, but that's it. The exalted item, even especially if it's a higher tier item, then you gotta go for the best exalted item you can get, so you won't waste the exalted item, okay? The legendary item, sorry. That's a good tip, believe me. Another tip for you guys to forge is come to the last epoch database and see where and the chances to farm the item that you want. Like, I want that staff, Aergon's refugee, like this. So here he is, and if I come down, I can see the chances to get him. So LP1 is uncommon, 19%, it's not a bad chance. Rare, it's so much harder, which is mine. And in LP3, it's extremely rare and almost impossible at LP4 because it's really broken to get an LP4. It's a lot of affixes and stuff. But this is an easy item to get if you compare to some others. Like, you can see that this one, Railwind's Fortress, is easier to get. Like, LP1 is common. Mine one's not so much. It gives a nice difference. But there was an item on my Spellblade build which was an armor. I forgot the name now. I'm gonna get to it. Oh, Strand of Lost Souls is a good example. Strand of Souls, sorry. Because it's a boss drop. It drops from Abomination. Only that makes it harder to get. So you can see that it's unbelievably rare. And what's this number? I think it's a bug. Oh, it's not. I just don't get the math on this number, but it's really hard to get. You can see here. And the armor that I was about to show you guys that I do not remember the name is something like that too. Wings of Argentus, just remembered. Unstable Core, which is my armor. It drops from the timeline, so it's not that hard. It's just really hard. Look at this number again. Wings of Argentus, a very good Spellblade unique armor. Very, very good. You can see that from LP1, it's already rare with 1.01 chance to get. That's almost impossible. So it's very expensive at the market and very hard to get. Including I'm farming this echo with this boss and I haven't got a single one yet. LP2, LP3 is already a ridiculous number, and LP4, it's minus 17. I don't know what this means, but really hard, guys, really hard to get. But this is a good, use the database. It's a good place for you to research the builds you want, but it's also a place to make your own build and see the chances to get what you want. You won't see this on the bazaar. I think to get this LP2 and LP3, it's way better to get the prophecies because you have to drop this. If I drop this, I won't sell this. That's it. I hope you guys like this tip. So that's it, guys. In this video, I hope I've clearly explained to you how to forge legendary items, some tips about how or where to get the items that you want, and the best way to forge them to not waste resources. So if you guys have any more tips that I did not know in this video, please comment down below and I'll give you guys a feedback. I'm hoping for your feedback. And that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click the button down below, like it, comment, give me feedbacks, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys later.